Welcome to Virtual Guitar Lesson. My name is Donald Waugh. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Spanish mode. Go grab your guitar. Let's get into it. So the Spanish mode can be looked at as a variation of the harmonic minor. Of course, when you look at the modes, there are 7 modes, just like the Spanish mode, but there are some differences that you're going to recognize real quickly. Let's take a look at our original mode that we did with F major. All right, so we have our Ionian mode right there. So to turn that into a Spanish mode, we're going to have to sharpen the 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Instead of playing the 5, which would be a C, you would play the C sharp. Right away, the very sound of it sounds Spanishy, like this. All right, so that's how you get your Spanish mode. So it's that sharp 5 if we're in the key of F, but today we're going to be in the key of B flat. So we're going to start on a different position. Normally we would start on the first position, but B flat is here or all the way here. So to start on the closest point to our nut, we're going to start with the Mixolydian sharp 1. So if we played Ionian B flat, let's try that. Right, so right away we have a F sharp. So that's the note that's going to be our Spanish note, right? So you can find that F sharp here too. So if we played a Mixolydian, right, that would be a typical Mixolydian, but this one is called a Mixolydian sharp 1. So instead of playing that F, you're going to play the F sharp instead. So it looks like this. See? So it's very important to recognize that F sharp. You're going to notice that you're going to see it again and again. So obviously we can't call this exercise a harmonic minor anymore because we're starting on different points. So it does sound different. And if you notice, the associated chord is changed as well. So we're playing an F sharp diminish. Let's take a look at the 6th position. So the 6th position, we would typically call it an Aeolian. But remember that F sharp? So that this would be your typical harmonic minor scale because it's the 6th in Aeolian. But now this is an Aeolian with a sharp 7. So this would definitely be called that harmonic minor. There's that F sharp again. There it is again. Obviously, you can play a G minor, but you can also play a G minor major. All right, so chords that you'd probably hear in the movies. I'm sure it's quite interesting. Based on where the notes land, you can get to play some of those really cool chords. Very nice. So that's a G minor major, and that is our 6th position, Aeolian sharp 7, or you could call it a harmonic minor. Let's take a look at the 7th position. The 7th position of the Spanish scale, we call this the Locrian sharp 6, and the associated chord is the A diminish. And it's interesting because the A diminish is very connected to that F sharp diminish, right? The Locrian sharp 6. Let's take a look at the first position. So typically the first position, we call this the root. But for the Spanish mode, the root is a little bit different based on the style. But this is definitely still called the Ionian, but it's the Ionian sharp 5. So let's take a look at the B flat major 7 sharp 5. Very unique chord. So that's the B flat, first position, Ionian sharp 5. The second position is our Dorian sharp 4. And this one's an easy one because it's just a C minor 7. Sounds like this. The third position, Phrygian sharp 3, is not great. The chord is the D7 sharp 5 sharp 9. Very cool. So many cool things you can do with that chord. Let's check out the scale. So here we have our fourth position, the Lydian sharp 2, with another fairly simple chord, the E flat major 7. Thank you so much for joining me again to the virtual guitar lesson. I hope you enjoyed the Spanish mode. In upcoming videos, we're going to learn how to use the Spanish mode. Practice these every day, get used to them, and then you can start using them very soon. Bye-bye.